Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we got an interesting episode for you that I think a good amount of you are going to enjoy. So let me just get into the video here. Make sure you go ahead and like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, as y'all know, the Milwaukee Bucks eliminated the Chicago Bulls last night, and it only took them 5 games to do it. And guess who was totally not surprised? This guy. Early this season, if y'all remember, we did some Chicago Bulls videos, and I said that, listen, I think this is going to be a good regular season team, but I don't trust DeMar DeRozan. Some Chicago Bulls fans really got upset with me. And I'm like, I know this dude. DeMar DeRozan has a history with the Toronto Raptors, right? He's a guy that puts up fantastic numbers in the regular season, and he can usually do good in the first round or so, or usually in the playoffs. But then when the pressure really becomes the most, he usually doesn't do well. And that's what happened this time around. I think last night, Giannis Antetokounmpo finished the game with, I think, 33 points and 9 rebounds, and DeMar DeRozan finished the game with 11 points. And the Milwaukee Bucks didn't even have Chris Middleton, right? So I was not surprised that the Chicago Bulls got eliminated, because I just knew that DeMar DeRozan wasn't going to be the guy to show you. Just typical DeMar DeRozan. And now they move on to face the Boston Celtics, and I think this next series will be by far the most interesting series yet. It's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, there was some interesting series in round one, of course, with the Boston Celtics and the Brooklyn Nets. That's the one I paid the most attention to. Then we had the Minnesota Timberwolves versus the the Memphis Grizzlies. That was an entertaining series, but the Timberwolves, man, they just play some knucklehead basketball. And then, of course, this next one, I think this is going to be the one that I think everyone is going to want to see, and I think it's going to be that case for a few reasons. Number one, let me tell you why I think this is going to be the most interesting series in the next round. Number one, we finally get to see what Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to be able to do against the number 1 ranked defense. Yes. Why is that important? Why is it important for us to see how Giannis is going to fare against his defense? Well, because most people that say that Giannis Antetokounmpo was not the best player in the world, usually the person that they give that title to is who? Kevin Durant. And as y'all know, Kevin Durant struggled mightily against that Boston Celtics defense. They made him look, I mean, it got so bad at one point, people were beginning to wonder what actually in the hell is going wrong with KD. Because going into that series, Kevin Durant was pegged as being probably the greatest scorer in this era, right? And this greatest scorer had a very difficult time scoring against that. And they said, is it skilled and all of these different. KD said, don't compare me to this guy. Giannis is the guy that everybody doesn't want to be compared to. Oh, he doesn't have any skill. He's no good. And this and this and this and this. Well, now we get a chance to watch what the guy that has no skills is going to be able to do against that Boston Celtics defense. Now, let me tell you what I anticipate. I anticipate Giannis being dominant in this series. The physical play that the Boston Celtics were able to get away with against Kevin Durant is not going to work with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis, of all the stars in the NBA, is probably the most physical superstar. The physicality that Giannis Antetokounmpo plays with is going to play into the hands of the Milwaukee. You cannot rough up Giannis. Giannis is usually putting dudes in the rim. You're not going to be able to play that type of defense on Giannis Antetokounmpo. How do I know this? Because I've seen Giannis Antetokounmpo go against Ben Simmons on many different occasions, and Ben Simmons is a defensive stalwart, a 6'10" defensive player of the year caliber type of player. And Giannis basically, to use Skip Bayless's term, ragdolls him. That's against Ben Simmons. I don't think that there's anyone that they're going to be able to put on Giannis Antetokounmpo on an individual. But Jason Tatum is not going to be able to bother Giannis the way that he was able to bother KD. KD is a finesse. He's a finesse player. Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to be going through your chest. He's going to be searching for the contact, and he's going to be yamming it on dudes. So to me, I think the Bucks going. I'm picking the Bucks going into that series. Why? Number one, they are the reigning champions, and until they are dethroned, they are still the champs. That's number one. Number two, I think the Bucks are a well-oiled machine, and I think now the Bucks know that they can win. There are a lot of teams in the NBA playoffs right now that haven't been there. They believe that they can win, but they haven't won yet. DeMar DeRozan and these guys haven't won yet. So that belief is not there. Even the Miami Heat, they probably believe that they can do it. They went to the finals. They have a strong sense of confidence and know-how because they know what it takes to get to a finals, but they still haven't done it yet, that group. The only other team that you can point to and say, listen, we know that we can actually get the job done is probably the Golden State Warriors because they have a lot of those guys have championship experience, right? And Milwaukee is one of those teams. Even the Boston Celtics, for as good as they are, they're not proven yet in the finals. They've yet to even make it to a finals. That core players have made it to Eastern Conference Finals before, where they face off with LeBron James. But I'm going to give the Bucks an additional edge because of that championship experience, and they know how to win. That's one of the things. I think this series has the potential to go 6 or 7 games, but I'm going to roll with the Milwaukee Bucks. Listen, let me tell you what I think is about to happen. I think Giannis Antetokounmpo is about to expose all of those people that tried to knock him by saying, oh, he's not skilled, he's not this, he's not that, including NBA players. Yes, there are NBA players out there that feel as if Giannis shouldn't be getting all that respect because, well, he just pretty much plays with it. He's using his physical gifts to play basketball. He doesn't really, he's not really a skilled basketball player. Let me tell you something. Giannis Antetokounmpo is the best two-way player in the world right now. He's the best player in the world. This is coming from a Kawhi Leonard fan. I can't throw Kawhi in there. Kawhi's not playing, right? Giannis is the best player in the world. There's no one that can do what Giannis does. No one. I'm sorry. There's not. There isn't. If there was the guy, I'd be the first one to tell you there isn't. Giannis Antetokounmpo does everything. And we're about to find out which is truly more powerful, skill or domination. I think that is what we're getting ready to see with Giannis. He is about to dominate dudes in a very unskilled way. People, I believe, some people, not fans, I think some people in the NBA, and especially some NBA players, I think they're bothered by Giannis, by what he represents. Giannis Antetokounmpo has it all. He's accomplished everything in the NBA. But if you looked at him, you wouldn't be able to tell. He is one of the most humble and down-to-earth guys that's just about his work. And just yesterday, or this morning rather, I actually stumbled upon, a quote from Charles Barkley that we want to play for you guys. And Charles Barkley was talking about, Giannis is probably the most humble guy he's seen since Tim Duncan. So for those of you who missed those comments that Charles Barkley had to make about Giannis Antetokounmpo, take a listen to what he had to say, and we're going to come back here.
Other than Tim Duncan, he's the most humble, quiet superstar that I've ever been around. Like,
You wouldn't put yourself in that? Oh.
No. I did, but there's no drama. He's just a great person and a great player. He just comes to work and want to play basketball. You got to admire that. So I think he's saying, guys, y'all saw what them boys in Boston just did. Let's get some rest, especially without Middleton. You don't want to play extra game.
So that's what Charles Barkley had to say about Giannis. Listen, I think if Giannis gets past this round, I think the Bucks are going to go to the finals. And I think it's just going to be a matter of, are they going to probably face the Golden State Warriors, or are they going to face the Memphis Grizzlies, or are they going to face the Phoenix Suns? Whoever you got, I think I'm going to roll with Giannis. I think the toughest matchup that the Bucks could face in the finals is going to be the Golden State Warriors, just because of how they play and the type of team that they have and the amount of shooters that they have and the system and as well their championship-led team. But I gotta go with the champ until he's knocked off. And Giannis Antetokounmpo is not my favorite player. He is one of my favorite players, and I will love to see him win another championship, just to stick it to those guys, just to say, oh, the guy that's not skilled and all, look what he's doing. And it's going to be so interesting to see how Giannis performs against that Boston Celtics defense after Kyrie Irving, who some of you dweebs were talking about. Kyrie is more skilled than Kobe. Yeah, all right. Let me know what you guys think. Catch you on the next episode. Peace.